And the more times that we watch this, the more times we're noticing things. And one thing that we noticed was when the man walks away from my sliding glass door to the other side, when he's not in camera anymore, a light turns on. Another thing that we noticed is that the guy, whoever he is, he's wearing sandals. And you can see the sandals pretty well in the camera. It's probably the only thing you can really identify because obviously he had the mask on and a sweatshirt, so there wasn't any features you could pick up on. Again, I don't know how we came to this conclusion, but we started to think possibly it was our neighbor. Because if he's walking towards where my neighbor lives and then a light turns on, that would kind of signify that, you know, a door had been opened, like a back door. So we're thinking at this point that it could potentially be one of the brothers. And like I said, he was wearing flip-flops in the video. And if you look out of our sliding glass door, you can see our neighbor's patio thing. And guess what's there? Flip-flops. Not only that, sorry, I keep saying that, but like, I'm not a good storyteller. But what are the odds that Red goes out, sees our neighbor, Red probably told him that we had gone out separately, and this guy buys Red a drink in which he drinks and then can't remember the rest of the night. And I come home from a night out. I'm literally home maybe 1 minute and there's already a man in our backyard looking into our house. This shit gives me the worst this shit gives me the worst chills. Like, it's not funny, and I know that I'm kind of laughing. It's just because I'm uncomfortable. So at this point, we're thinking that this guy did all of this on purpose. There was 2 brothers that lived there, but there was just one in particular that made me uneasy. He would just come and like knock on the door when I was alone, and kind of like he would just ask me weird stuff like, did you see the mailman today? Or like stuff like that. It just didn't make any sense that he would be asking me. So after we started kind of putting everything together, we decided to go back and watch any footage we can that we possibly have of the backyard, because now we're wondering if he has done this before. And we didn't see anything, but we were watching that shit like fucking all day, every day, like trying to find something. But rewatching this video over and over and over again of him coming into our back door, looking into the blinds, it's almost like he knew that there was a break in the blinds and that he could see me. So at this point, you know, we've done our research, we did our investigation, and we decided to go to the police because we weren't 100% certain that it was our neighbor, but I feel like we both felt like it was, pretty much. But at the same time that this was all going on, there was a man in Florida that was going around when women were home alone and looking into their windows and like talking to them, which is so terrifying. And it was right in our area that this was going on. There was a man going into women's windows like while they were taking a shower and was like whispering things. So, you know, we weren't sure. I mean, we weren't sure if it was him or if it was our neighbor, but we were both pretty certain that it was our neighbor. So we go to the police. I wanted a report filed because if anything was to happen again, I wanted, you know, it to be noted that this happened once. It's just like the extent in which he took this situation where, you know, like, did he know that, like, are they spying on us? Because they were very computer savvy, which, you know, I'm not gonna judge everyone that's computer savvy. I mean, for all of that, I'm computer savvy. I've never spied on anyone before. I don't know. It's just like either timing for him was really good and he just jumped on the situation, or this was all planned. Which, let me back up a little bit, actually a lot. And this could just be me being super paranoid, but there was one time I bought my Mac computer. It was a desktop. It was my first Mac I ever purchased in my entire life. That's actually the reason why I even started YouTube, because I found out that I had iMovie on there so I could edit videos and blah blah blah. I'm rambling. But my Mac computer was being delivered to my house, so like, you know, it was being shipped in the mail. And I had my notifications on so that when it was dropped off, I would get a text message saying that it was delivered. And I was at work and I got the text message that my computer had been delivered, but when I came home, there was no delivery. And then a couple hours later, our creepy neighbor knocks on the door and has my computer. So, you know, I mean, I know that that's like, sometimes FedEx will allow your neighbor to sign for the package. So he might have knocked on our neighbor's door, but I don't know. Just something about the fact that they had my computer, and I know that it's not super hard to hack into that shit. Like, you could install something and then you can hear stuff. So anyway, we go to the police, we file a report, and to be honest, the police weren't so much help. All that they said that they were going to do was kind of monitor the house the next couple of days to see if they could catch my neighbor in the act of spying on us, or if they could catch, you know, anyone spying on us. And they told me if I really strongly believe that it's my neighbor, that I could file a restraining order. And at this point in my life, I had already filed a restraining order against someone. I've been through that whole process before. That's a whole other story. But Red didn't want me to do that. And it's not that, you know, he didn't care. It's just, we couldn't 100% say that it was our neighbor. So he didn't want to start this war with these people because we didn't really know how dangerous they were. And because we're neighbors, if we were to get a restraining order against them, you know, you can't be within a certain amount of feet. So if you're neighbors, like you're literally attached in a townhouse, one of you has to move. You know, I wasn't comfortable with that, but we decided at that point that we were just gonna move and not be in that townhouse anymore. We obviously stopped talking to the neighbors. Oh, and by the way, like I said, there was two brothers that were our neighbors, and we weren't sure which one it was that was looking into our window, but we were pretty sure it was the older one. So as a way to kind of try to get information out of them, the same day that I had told Red about what happened the night before, Red had texted one of the brothers, the less creepy one, and said, hey, like, we think someone was trying to break into our house last night. We were wondering if you guys saw anything. He tried to say that their sliding glass door, which obviously we all had screens between like the glass and outside, and I think he said that theirs had been ripped, so maybe they also almost got broken into. But it's like, I feel like he was just trying to deflect the fact that one of them is a creep and was spying on me. We moved out of that townhouse pretty quickly after all of this, because not only did we have that situation going on, but we had like a ghost problem. The first couple of videos on my YouTube channel are in that house, and I talk about the ghosts and I talk about moving, and it was just a crazy time in life. So yeah, that's my stalker story. It was not a good time. Please make sure to give it a like, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe for more of this shit. Thank you for watching if you did. I love you guys so much. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video.
I'm all alone, I know. Got them hating on the kid everywhere I go. I always feel the pressure to put on a show. My mind is always racing and my speech is slow. Yeah, now I'm in the back of your mind as you hear these words start to trickle down your spine. Just sit and unwind and dig so deep so you can find what will one day allow you to shine.